This is my 2024 Kia Niro LX. I've had it for a year and I've driven it 35,000 miles. I thought you might like to hear some of the things that I like and some of the things that I don't like about this vehicle. Even though the LX is the low end of the Kia spectrum, it does have some really good features. And the number one feature is gas mileage. As you see on the indicator, I got 56.4 miles per gallon, but I've only driven a few miles on this tank. But 50 plus is not unusual for this car. In fact, if I'm not getting 50, I complain. Of course, if you're on the interstate highway doing 80 miles an hour into a headwind, well, you're not going to get that. You're going to get in the 40s. But most of the time, it'll run about 50 miles per gallon. Now, even though it's the low end of the Kia spectrum, it still comes with lane keeping and all of the features that you would expect. And I do use that. You've got the markers on the side mirrors that show when there's somebody in the way, and you see that. Now there are a couple of features that some people don't particularly care for. A number of them I like a lot. For instance, I was very surprised when I realized that this car came with a stock HD radio, which means that you have access to the digital radio stations that are hiding underneath some of the main stations in your area. And that's a stock feature on this particular car. I was very surprised by that. Now, some people don't like this feature, which is the controls. You have to push a button to switch from the entertainment controls to the environmental controls. But see, I just switched to environmental and then it switches back to entertainment in just a few seconds. I don't find that a problem. Also, you'll notice that unlike the higher trim levels of this vehicle, with the LX, you get a key and a shift lever instead of a dial. That surprises me a little bit, but it's not a problem. If that's a problem for you, then get one of the higher trim levels. Now, I will show you one of the features that I really wish was different on this car. And that is, on this trim level, you get Quartz Halogen headlights rather than LED lights. The headlights on this car are not very bright, and that is a real problem. In fact, that's probably my number one issue with this car is the headlights. The wheels are 16 inches instead of 18, which means when the speedometer says 60, you're only going 58 miles per hour. But that's a minor issue. The headlights are the bigger deal. And the tires that came on it were the Nexen Impris tires. They only lasted me about 30,000 miles before they became really noisy. I've had to replace them already. I really expected more. I expected those to be better tires, but I have replaced them and everything is fine. Generally speaking, there's a lot to like about this model of the Kia Niro, and it's been a really good car for me, especially the mileage. I just love the mileage.